The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. That's Albert Einstein.
It's a great quote to start with.
Indeed. And it feels particularly relevant for today's deep dive. Welcome, everyone.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're tackling something really significant. The sometimes troubling influence of artificial intelligence on academic research, on scientific publishing.
It's a huge topic right now.
Absolutely. And our mission today is to really unpack this, drawing heavily on a recent ORF publication. We want to explore how AI is, well, challenging academic integrity, but also, maybe surprisingly, how it might be pushing it to become stronger.
A real double-edged sword situation.
Exactly. Now, if you're a UPSC aspirant, listen closely. This touches directly on current affairs, technology's impact, critical thinking. It's all in there.
And even if you're not, understanding the integrity of the knowledge we build on, well, that matters to everyone.
Couldn't agree more. So AI in academia, it's causing concern, definitely. But it might also be a catalyst for some much-needed change.
Perhaps we should start with a specific, rather strange example.
Let's. The case of vegetative electron microscopy.
Right. Sounds technical, maybe a bit niche.
Totally. My first thought was, okay, what new field is this? But it's nonsense. Pure gibberish.
Completely non-existent. And yet, this exact term appeared in over 20 research papers.
20? How does that even happen? What did that signal to you when you first heard about it?
Alarm bells, really. It immediately flags that something in the vetting process, the peer review system we rely on, isn't working as it should.
So where did this phantom term actually come from?
Well, the investigation traced it back, most likely, to an old paper from the 1950s.
The 50s, yeah.
It seems an optical character recognition software, OCR, made an error. It saw vegetative cell production in one column and electron microscopy nearby in another.
And just mashed them together because they were close on the page.
That seems to be the best guess. A simple scanning error, initially.
But how does one error spread to 20 papers?
That's where the modern twist comes in. Large language models, LLMs. They likely picked up this faulty term from the digitized text.
And started propagating it, treating it like a real scientific concept.
Precisely. It's like a digital echo chamber for errors. And apparently there was another layer with the Farsi language, the words for scanning and vegetative being very similar.
Wow. So that might have confused the AI even more, or perhaps human researchers using translation tools.
It could have compounded the issue, yes, making the original typo stickier, harder to spot maybe.
So, okay, it's a bizarre anecdote, but why is it more than just weird? What's the core problem here?
The core problem is that scientific publishing is supposed to be, rigorous. It's a foundation for progress. If AI can so easily inject and spread misinformation, even nonsensical stuff like this.
It undermines the whole system.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It risks polluting the pool of knowledge we rely on for innovation, for policy, for everything. The potential ramifications are pretty severe.
Which brings us back to that critical question. How did this turn get past peer review? We're talking journals from big names, Springer, Elsevier.
That's the deeply unsettling part. It suggests the gatekeeping mechanisms aren't foolproof, not by a long shot.
And if this term got through, how many others are lurking out there? Things we haven't spotted yet.
Exactly. We now have tools like the problematic paper screener that look for known tortured phrases, these awkward, often AI-generated synonyms for standard terms.
Like artificial neural intelligence instead of artificial intelligence, things like that.
Sort of, yeah. But these tools can only catch what they're programmed to find. They won't necessarily catch a brand new, completely fabricated term like vegetative electron microscopy.
And it's not just these subtle errors, right? The ORF piece mentions more blatant issues, too.
Oh, yes. The case of Rafael Luque, the Spanish chemist, publishing a study basically every other day in 2022.
That's insane productivity.
Or maybe just suspicious productivity.
Yeah.
He ended up having 11 papers retracted.
11. That points to something systemic, doesn't it?
It seems so. There's this rise of what they call hyperprolific researchers. People publishing, say, over 60 papers a year.
60.
Yeah. And you see spikes in countries like Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Spain, India, Italy, Russia, Pakistan, South Korea.
Interesting mix of countries.
It is. Although, in terms of sheer numbers, China and the U.S. still have the most researchers publishing at these extreme rates.
And this is happening just as we're seeing research funding cuts in places like the U.S.
The timing is definitely awkward, yes. Just when science needs robust credibility, these issues are surfacing more prominently.
So zooming out, what's driving this? Is it just bad actors or something deeper in the academic culture?
I think it's deeper. Look at the sheer volume. You mentioned India, over 350,000 papers in 2024, according to Samago.
That's a staggering number.
It is. And while volume isn't inherently bad, it does raise questions about whether all of that represents truly novel or significant research.
And we have metrics that sort of back that up, like the H-index.
Right. The H-index tries to measure impact, not just quantity. India's score, 925, is solid, but trails leaders like the US, UK, China significantly.
And even developed nations aren't immune. The US, Germany, Japan are behind China in citations per paper, apparently.
Right. Even though China itself has faced scrutiny over research integrity in the past, it suggests the pressure is global.
Which leads to the publish or perish culture.
Exactly. Funding, scholarships, promotions, they often hinge on hitting publication targets. Sometimes it feels like quantity trumps quality.
So early career academics feel immense pressure to just churn out papers, even if the work isn't groundbreaking.
That seems to be a major factor. They're caught in a bind.
And this is where tools like ChatGPT come in, offering an easy way out.
They certainly look like an easy way out.
Yeah.
A seemingly valuable tool to meet those demands quickly, but it risks fueling the problem, adding noise, or worse, facilitating actual fraud.
And paints a pretty bleak picture, honestly.
It does, initially.
Yeah.
But the ORF piece offers a more optimistic take, perhaps.
Yeah.
A paradox.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How can this mess be a blessing in disguise?
Well, the very fact that AI is being used, sometimes misused so blatantly, is forcing a reckoning. Academic circles are becoming hyper-aware, much more scrutinizing.
So the embarrassment and the threat are driving change.
That's the idea. We're seeing adoption of new integrity tools like Argos, which uses AI to spot manipulated images or data inconsistencies.
Using AI to fight AI-driven problems.
Essentially, yes. The hope is that this leads to much more rigorous vetting overall. If using AI carelessly becomes too risky, too likely to be caught.
It might discourage the low-quality generic stuff, leaving more space for genuine research.
That's the potential positive outcome. It could elevate the overall credibility by weeding out the noise, and maybe, just maybe, prompt a rethink of the whole publish or perish model.
Shifting focus towards quality and real impact.
That would be the ideal scenario, reducing the pressure, valuing substance over sheer numbers.
The source also draws an analogy to big technological shifts in the past.
Right. Think of the Industrial Revolution or the Internet. They cause massive disruption, chaos even.
Before things settle into a new, often more advanced normal.
Exactly. There's a period of turmoil, then adaptation, then progress. The argument is that the AI revolution might follow that same path in academia.
So this current instability, the errors, the fraud, it's the storm before the, well, maybe not calm, but a stronger system.
Perhaps the storm before the true tempest, leading to a more robust ethical landscape. It's a disruptive force, but disruption can clear the way for improvement.
So wrapping this up, AI in academia, it's clearly a massive challenge to integrity. We've seen that with examples like vegetative electron microscopy and hyperprolific publishing.
Definitely major challenges.
But paradoxically, it might also be the catalyst forcing necessary reforms, pushing for better vetting, maybe even shifting the culture away from just quantity.
The potential is there for it to ultimately strengthen the foundations of research.
And for you listening, especially if you're tackling exams like UPSC, getting your head around this intersection of tech, ethics, and information integrity is just crucial.
Absolutely. It requires critical thinking about where information comes from now.
So we encourage you, keep questioning. Think about what the future of research looks like with AI woven into it. How do we ensure it's used responsibly?
What are your thoughts on this? Did anything particularly stand out or surprise you?
Let us know in the comments. We'd genuinely love to hear your perspectives or any questions you still have.
And of course, if you found this deep dive useful, do like and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing these discussions to you.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
Yes, thanks everyone.
We look forward to the next one.